Bienvenidos a Esperanza Vence, donde la Esperanza Vence. Welcome to Esperanza Vence, where hope wins. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies where to find the insights here, where to fine tune our free will and intuition together, right here at Esperanza Vence Tarot, where I give heartfelt tarot card interpretations, and I try to keep a sense of humor, and I also talk about what I see going on astrologically, you know, just try to get a feel for the vibe of the energetic weather. And right now we're tuning in, we're going to do a 10 card Celtic cross reading for this upcoming full moon in the zodiac sign of Virgo. And this full moon also happens to be a full moon lunar eclipse. So eclipse energy is usually when, I made a post today on social media, and it's like, well, this is the time where like Jesus, destiny, the fates, call it what you will, they take the wheel and we accept the karmic consequences. They take the wheel and we deal, I think is what I said. And it's true, like when fate and karmic destiny and higher forces and, you know, something beyond our human selves takes the wheel, takes charge of, you know, where we're being pulled in life, it's helpful to lean into that Pisces energy of always knowing that everything is for our highest good at all times, that faith, that cosmic love, that spiritual protection, okay, that we can lean into with Pisces, versus the shadow side of Pisces, which may make us want to lean into our addictions and have that extra drink or 3 or 4. Like, I probably wouldn't recommend doing that over a blood moon lunar eclipse. That said, I'll be at karaoke tonight, so stop on by and see us for Celtic karaoke later on. But yeah, like you can always get a Heineken Zero or something. Like you can still go out, but like you don't have to get so like lit really during a full moon. It's like the full moon, it controls the tides, and our bodies are made up of so much water, allegedly. I don't really drink that much water. I have a little bit of water here. Actually, I should drink it. I don't drink a lot of water. My throat's super scratchy though. I should drink more water. I've been going on a lot of outdoor hikes, and the air is nice and brisk where I live, and I feel it in my throat chakra. It feels so good. But I also do get a little scratchy with the cold air. And then the Virgo energy, whereas Pisces is sort of like big picture, like zooming out, like being able to see from the heavens what's going on. The Virgo energy is being right here on Earth, being grounded. Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury, which is mercurial, mutable, flexible. So with Virgo energy, we're practical, we're logical, we can get good data, we are able to assess situations, we're able to be discerning, we're able to get to the root of what we need to correct for the betterment of the whole journey, for the whole story. Virgo is where we do the work, the necessary earthly work that is needed in order to get to the heavens, which is Pisces. I always kind of consider the zodiac signs like a dynamic energy. Like just because the sun is in Pisces doesn't mean that that's the only energy that's like overarching our reality right now. It's usually kind of a push and a pull. So like with the sun in Pisces, like maybe we're actively seeking more spirituality. Maybe we're actively, you know, as a collective with the sun in Pisces, we might be thinking about closing things out. We might be having more vivid dreams and stuff like that. But with the moon in Virgo, the moon, it would be like, the sun would be like our ego, our solar plexus. How do we exert ourselves in day-to-day reality? And the moon would be, how do we feel about it? So our emotions, we might be feeling a little bit more critical of ourselves and others right now, just because we want things to be better. We want things to get better. We want to get it on the table now and do the cleaning now, so that once Aries season starts, we can automate those processes, and it's already been knocked out. You know, we're starting this new eclipse cycle with a full moon. This is the full moon that starts the eclipse cycle between Pisces and Virgo. And at the end of this month, we're going to have a new moon in Aries, and that's going to be a new moon solar eclipse, the last in that cycle. But ushering in Aries season, you know, we could use this this full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo to clean and clear and detoxify and get rid of and organize and put things in their places and decide what we need to take with us on this next leg of the journey. Because once Aries season starts with that fire, it's get up and go energy. It's, you know, it's definitely time to get moving. And so yeah, with this lunar eclipse, like, I'm really gonna get around to a lot of just basic cleaning stuff that I've needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, another thing about eclipse energy can be just like, things break and you have to deal to it, or things like get to such a level of such a fever pitch that you're just so like fed up that you have to just handle it. And that's like how I'm just so fed up with myself in certain aspects of my life where this Pisces Virgo axis is falling in my chart. And if you want to see where the Pisces Virgo axis is falling in your chart, click on the links below. I think I put down a link for astro.com, and you can go on there and enter your birth chart information, and you will see which houses Pisces and Virgo axis is in your astrology chart, and where you might be experiencing these culminations and cumulative energies and like things getting to a heightened sense. You know, you're going to want to look at Virgo in your chart and see where things might be leveling up, ending, and so forth. And click on the links below. Click in the description box. I leave a pretty detailed description of like how I interpret this energy. So let's pull a 10-card Celtic cross and see what the tarot has. Enough about what I have to say about it. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. Cool. All right. This is us, our challenge, the near past, the near future, our conscious awareness, our subconscious awareness. How do we see ourselves? How do other people see us, or what's in our environment? What are our hopes and fears? And the likely outcome if we just keep doing what we're doing. Also, I'd like to shout myself out. I'd like to give a shout out to Esperanza Vence Tarot. Yeah, actually, Saturn is conjunct the sun in my 10th house right now. And, you know, if you do the hard work, Saturn will reward you. And, I think I was rewarded with an opportunity over the weekend. If you're on my Facebook, you might have seen a post. Maybe I'll put a post here on YouTube as well, because it was really interesting how this all like rolled out. But yeah, maybe I'll put a post up on YouTube too, because like maybe some people who are on YouTube aren't on Facebook or whatever. You might want to attend a conference that I got the last spot to be an exhibitor at an upcoming conference called Contact Modalities Expo, and I'll leave a link in my community posts page, all right? If you're curious to know more about that, okay? So you check that out. Let's read our tarot. Shout out to me and shout out to we. Shout out to everybody that comes to this channel to fine tune your free will and intuition with me. I really appreciate that you do that. I really appreciate that you know, sit here and that we try to like work on our intuitive muscles together, that we try to do our personal training together, and that we help each other out, and that we like spread the word about each other. Like, I have some real good friends here that are always stopping by and showing a lot of support. Warlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. She has a great podcast on her YouTube channel. There's also the lovely Susie Gemini, who has a couple of YouTube channels. She's been taking a little break from social media, but she has a lot of good work out there. Obviously, Robert Phoenix, the astrologer, and he gives Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday astrological reports for the daytime. Then he has other podcasts that he also does. Kabuki Theater, Bo always stops by and says hi. Lisa Cigar Box Guitar. There's like Claire, good old Claire. Oh, I love you, Claire, if you're here. And Janice, and you know, I just really appreciate everybody that says hello and leaves the comments and gives the encouragement, and it's I love you. Thank you. So who are we? Six of Pentacles, great energy for practicality, great energy for Virgo because it's earth energy. Virgo's an earth sign, and it's an earth sign that's flexible enough to pivot when needed in order to bring balance and equanimity. Okay, that's not necessarily equality, it's balance. It's different. It's not like one size fits all. It's not like everybody's poor or everybody's rich. What this is striking a balance. Like, if we feel like we're in a situation where we're able to be more generous, then by all means, let's be more generous. Let's give. Because with the Six of Pentacles, we don't have to run the risk of these scales becoming imbalanced. We can give with the Six of Pentacles. And those who are humble enough to ask for help when they need it are available to receive. Okay, so this is the main energy here for our full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. Six of Pentacles, bringing balance, striking a balance here with our actual practical earth energy. So I'm just kind of loving this, you know, like maybe there have been situations at home where there's been an imbalance. One of us is doing more of the chores and we're like super annoyed. And then now with this full moon lunar eclipse, our partner picks up the slack. Changes start to be made, and you know, and things are brought back into a karmic balance. What could be challenging us right now is the Five of Cups energy, and this is an energy of solitary kind of sadness, crying that, you know, cry me a river energy, that kind of like needing to let go of toxic feelings. Toxic cups represent in the tarot, whereas the pentacles are earth energy, the cups are water. What's water? Water is my capacity to give and receive emotionally. And with the Five of Cups, I still have the capacity to give and receive emotionally. I still have these two cups that I can start a really good friendship with. I can start a good relationship with. I can have that reciprocal balance with a person here with the Two of Cups. But these three cups are no good. This one was poison. These ones were wine. They got spilt. And basically this person's grieving. This person's grieving the loss. Whether it was healthy or not, they're still grieving the loss. They're still crying. They're still sad about it. So our challenge right now is to be able to feel the feels and do it anyway. To be able to feel grief and still function. To be able to feel, you know, and kick over and get rid of our toxic behaviors, even if it kind of hurts, you know, to let go of some of those patterns in our lives and some of those emotional connections. Okay. In the near past here, we have the Knight of Cups. Oh, the Knight in Shining Armor energy. Hey, if somebody came in with like a romantic offer, or if this is a person in our lives, this could be somebody with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This could have been the Pisces sun coming in recently in the recent past, right? Because this is a general reading for general energy, and I am reading for the moon. So the Knight of Cups could be the softness of a gentle heart. This is a strong heart, and it's a heart that's, you know, making some, this looks like Mercury, you know, it looks like the communications, right, are coming from the heart, right, in the near past. So we gotta love this guy, huh? It's a good person. It's a good person who comes speaking from the heart. And this is energy of being balanced in your heart chakra, having your cup not be spilling. It's not like overflowing. Your emotions aren't like overflowing everywhere. And even though you're on your horse, you're still not spilling your cup, you know? So you still have something to offer, right? The Emperor reversed in the near future. People who really thought they had their stuff together, people who really thought that they were in charge, people who really were in control, could be facing some massive turnarounds. If there's an actual person in our lives, this could be Aries person, Sagittarius person, this could be Leo person, fire sign. I get a lot of Aries energy off of this just because of the ram symbolism. But with the Emperor reverse, like somebody who is in control, they might turn controlling, or there might be a massive redirection of power and control, especially in a patriarchal, masculine sense of energetic shift. With the Ace of Swords reversed in our conscious awareness, if we get any gifts of ideas or communications, we might be, you know, internalizing that. We might be keeping that to ourselves. We might not be that outward with our communications. A lot of times when I see cards in reverse, it's usually like an internal energy. It's usually us having to sort of like do the work, you know. We might have to work a little. We might be getting a gift of some clarity. We might be getting the gift of being able to cut things out of our life that are no longer needed, or to make necessary decisions and logic-based sort of roll things out based on logic instead of emotion, because swords in the tarot represent our logic, our air energy, our thoughts, our communications, and what we cut in and out of our lives. And with the Ace of Swords reversed, we might just have to like do that inner work. We might have to cut out some of our own behaviors, you know, before we're able to access the power of the ace, the dynamic and divine power of actually having that sort of like spiritual gift being handed to us of clarity and of mental clarity. You know, we might have to do like more inner work to get access to that functionality of that gift. With the Six of Wands reversed in our subconscious awareness, again, our victories just might be more internal. You know, with these reversals, like where here we have to like maybe internalize and do a lot of deep inward thinking and rework how we communicate with ourselves on the inside before we can access that on the outside. Here with the Six of Wands, we might have to be okay with the fact that like people around us in our community might not necessarily be cheering us on to the level to where it's like obvious out there in society, but maybe there's a small group of people that's always been kind of cheering us on and we didn't even realize it. Or maybe we don't feel like this. Maybe we don't feel like we're coming home victorious from the battle with all of our passions and what we're passionate about and what we're creative for, and everybody else surrounding us and you know, us like marching into town victorious. But here with this in reverse in our subconscious awareness, like we might not even realize how victorious we are. We might not even realize that we do have support. There might be support coming from sides that we never even realized with that subconscious awareness. So Six of Wands is a victorious card. We might be reworking something that we thought was victorious in the past, and like maybe that doesn't work anymore. Like maybe in order to achieve victory, we have to be okay with it happening internally and nobody else like really necessarily having to recognize it for us, you know. It could be. Ten of Swords, how do we see ourselves? Can't get any worse. Swords energy, especially in the 10 here, this is like other people shooting their daggers at us and us just having to just accept the fact that, you know, there's energy out there in life and it's warfare out there, and sometimes we just have to accept that, like, we're gonna get, you know, we're gonna get speared, literally, figuratively, and otherwise. We're gonna get, you know, these thought forms, these thought daggers are going to be directed at us sometimes, and sometimes like that can get the better of us, and sometimes we just have to surrender and accept that, like, there's a lot of stuff happening, but there's a day dawning in the background, and if we can just like be faithful that, like, this is the end of a cycle, and that it's going to make the turnaround and come right back to that ace, like that after the 10 we turn around and we come right back to the ace. So look at how these swords are, you know, this is our conscious awareness, this is how we see ourselves. So, you know, we might be consciously realizing that things are coming at us, but we know that, like, after this cycle is complete, we can pick up again with the ace and have a better way of communicating with the energies of life, so that maybe we have a better bubble of protection for ourselves, so that when these come at us, they might bounce back next time, you know? How do other people see us? The High Priestess, gotta love that. Especially when you're a tarot card reader, like, this is how you kind of want to be seen when you're sitting in this chair, right? You definitely want this to be, how do other people see you? High Priestess energy, she is in tune with the cycles of the moon. She is sitting in silence between the pillars of knowledge, Boaz and Joachim, esoteric pillars of knowledge, you know. This could be a scythe, you know, cutting away what's dead, what's no longer necessary. She's got a book on her lap, the Torah, the Rota, the Tarot. She's fertile, and she's sitting behind a curtain too, so it's kind of like an esoteric representation of the unseen realms and her ability to know. She knows, the High Priestess, she knows what she knows. She doesn't have to squawk about it a lot. She doesn't really care what other people think either. And she's no spring chicken. She's not like this youthful, like, girly kind of like playful energy. Like, High Priestess is not playing. She's not playing. She's serious. She knows what she knows. Nobody can take that or give that. She just has that. If that's not us in this reading, and it's not how people see us, it could be just what's in our environment right now. So there might be a person in our environment who we could lean on for their wisdom, especially in terms of, you know, intuitive guidance, dream interpretation, tarot, astrology, esoteric arts, anything to do with the occult, okay? So if you want to lean on this High Priestess, hit the links below. With the Page of Cups in our hopes and fears position, you know, we could be hoping for, and we could also be afraid of having more emotional connection in general. Page of Cups is usually a new start emotionally, and if it isn't a new start energetically, and it's actually a person in our lives, this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person that has a lot of youthful vibes. They might not be young, but they could have youthful vibes. It could be somebody presenting us with an emotional offer. So we could be sort of like on pins and needles, like hoping that somebody reaches out and says something lovely. That could be us learning how to handle our own emotions, even if we are surprised by this Pisces stuff that might be bubbling to the surface. Pisces, when the sun is in Pisces, you know, things might come up to the surface to be kind of closed out emotionally, and that can kind of, we might have to get a handle on that, and it could surprise us even, you know, how emotional we feel about certain things, or if we cry, and it's like we don't usually cry, but we might cry during Pisces season, okay? And then with the Hermit reverse is our likely outcome. That's really interesting because this is a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, and a Hermit card represents Virgo energy in the tarot. This is the major arcana card that represents Virgo energy. Virgo energy is an energy of being like virginal, not, you know, this is a person who's on a solo journey. You know, they're not learning through, you know, tending the sacred, eternal, vestigial, you know, this is not like the vestigial virgin energy where they're like sacred whores as well as being vestigial virgins. It's not like that dynamic. The hermit energy is just the virgin. This is just somebody who is taking some time to themselves and going off into the cave to like seek their wisdom, and you know, they gain their enlightenment, they keep their dreams alive by being wise about what life is and how it does. And if they want to, they can come down off the mountain and stop being a soloist and join the orchestra, right, of life, and share what they have, share their wisdom with the world. And so with the Hermit reversed here as the likely outcome, probably we're going to have to come out of our shell. If we've been hermiting a lot lately, and if we've been doing a lot of work solo, it might be time to kind of connect and collaborate with others. With the Hermit reverse as a likely outcome, there might be somebody coming out of their cave and coming, and we might be able to access their teachings. And you know, there might have been a teacher who was on hiatus for a long time. I know that there's some people on YouTube that I was following for a really long time, and then they've been on hiatus. So there might be people, wise people. And then with the Hermit and the High Priestess showing both up in this reading, I would have to say that, like, if we have an opportunity to connect with wisdom in the form of other people in our lives, be that virtually, be that in person, we can lean on them. And we can lean on our inner wisdom too, especially with the Hermit reverse. I can say that, you know, we can definitely lean on that inner Virgo wisdom that we all have. Like, what details can we handle in our lives? Like, if things start to be out of control, can we just clean our sink? Or can we just do like little steps? Like, maybe we can't deep clean the entire house, but can we deep clean the silverware drawer? There's wisdom in that. All right, that's what I got. Full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo 2025 coming in at about 12:54 a.m. Central Standard Time on Friday the 14th. So that's going to be like between Thursday night and Friday morning where I live. So adjust for where you are on this beautiful globe we call Earth. I love you.